Hey Simmers, today I'm going to be talking about the paranormal career in The Sims 4. Now this is a career that was added with the paranormal stuff pack, and it's a lot of fun. But I thought instead of just doing a guide, why not actually play the career? So I figured we'll move our sim in to Forgotten Hollow, the spookiest world in The Sims 4. So first of all, let's go ahead, let's take my sim self, and we're going to really embrace the paranormal stuff pack by decking our sim out. Alright, now that we're on the lot, got our sim self all decked out in paranormal and a few other articles of clothing that are from occult and seasons. Let's build a quick little house. Alright, so now that we've got the basic house done up, let's go ahead, let's furnish it up with as much of the paranormal furniture as we can. Just gonna start up at the top and work our way down, so once I finish, I'll see you in a bit.
Jamon blé hongru amagonu. If I show my tish, jamon blé hongru na voket kali. Well, I brush my tish. Position like da. She bizar, es bara att det flashar. Has baba, jag blir när vi drar krav. Jag blir cruiser, jag blir slutar. Jump out, det springer fram av bluters. Jebs, krivorna sand om mig. Jag blir småsad så press. Jag tror på det så även till sig dons. Jag var full och levde tush. If I show my tish, jamon blé hongru amagonu. If I show my tish, jamon blé hongru na voket kali. Well, I brush my tish.
All right, and we're back. Now that I've got the house built, we can finally get into the actual paranormal game. Now, what I would suggest that you do is you make your residential a haunted house residential lot. This way you can get your mediumship skill and get your sim used to dealing with ghosts and other spooky goings on. Now, in the traits, I would recommend putting traits on the lot that are going to help your sim keep positive moodlets as much as possible. I would go for things like home studio if you're wanting to make your sim paint. I would also recommend fast internet and possibly homey. If you want to really amp up the haunted feel of your lot, then I would suggest adding an island spirits, which makes island spirit ghosts visit the lot of quite a bit, but that's obviously not needed. Now, there are challenges that you can add as well to make your haunted house even more haunted. You can do cursed or creepy crawlies, gremlins, spooky. I think I'm gonna add spooky challenge to this, just to add that little bit of extra spookiness. Once you've gotten your house all built and you've made absolutely certain that you've got your seance table, now you can start on becoming a paranormal investigator. To become a paranormal investigator, you need to get a paranormal investigator license. Now, there are two ways to do this. The first way is through the rewards store. It's pretty costly. It's 3,000 reward points. So it can take a little while to get up to the point where you're able to buy the paranormal license, but it's one way of doing it. The other way is by maxing out the medium skill and then telling Guidry, your guide ghost, that you want to become a paranormal investigator. Either way, I would suggest working on both and then doing whichever one comes first. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be right back.
Oh, spook Mirane. Creepum.
My sim has managed to reach medium level 2, which is good. And we've got our first ghost as well. Ceremony is successful. The spiritual serenity of the house is increased. So while we've got our friend here, we'll go ahead and try to communicate with this ghost here as well. Now, there are 3 different types of specters. Green specters are usually pretty friendly and are mostly safe to interact with. Then there's blue specters, who are quite mysterious. It's anyone's guess if they're friendly or not, so you need to approach them with caution. And finally, red specters are best left alone. They're very mischievous and can even set things on fire if you get them angry. You will have to interact with red specters eventually. Just be very, very careful around them. So I'm going to continue working on trying to get the paranormal investigator license. Now that we have a friend over, we can commune with the departed with our house guest. So let's go ahead and do that, and that will also increase our mediumship skill. And we have a lot more specters down here. So we can actually present an offering to the specters and give them something that we've created out of our inventory. Usually the best things to do with the specter is to watch them first, and that way that helps you to figure out their disposition and intentions. Then you can talk to it or ask them to leave. And if talking doesn't take care of the specter, then you can give them a gift, as I said, of something that's handmade from your inventory, or you can also give it a piece of your soul. Now, you gotta be careful with giving away your soul, as doing this shortens your Sim's life. So you want to use this as an absolute last resort. Once you've watched a specter, you'll get a pop-up on your notification wall about the specter. In this instance, the specter seems friendly enough. It might even be trying to help you. It's still kind of unclear, but they're certainly cute. If you have done as I suggested and you've made your home lot a haunted house, at night you'll get this pop-up. Welcome. In a cruel twist of fate, you've ended up in a haunted house, possibly by the hands of some malevolent mastermind controlling your every action. Maybe make the most of it. Surely there's a good reason to be here. And you can say, I can handle this, or why am I here again? So we're said, why am I here again? And the pop-up says, you're understandably upset. Some sort of cruel deity has sent you here. If you're going to blame anybody, blame them. And my sim now has the spooked out moodlet from lot traits. Now I have given my sim a cheerful personality trait, which will normally, but not always, but normally override the spooked trait. It would seem that we have a interesting little mysterious symbol here. Now we've got the fake ones that I've put down, but this one is one that appears on haunted lots or in haunted houses. So what you want to do is click on it and mop mysterious symbol object. Tense +1. So after he's done that, then I'm just going to have him continue to upgrade his mediumship skill. Now, we are currently at level 4 of the medium skill, and we can do quite a few things. We can now perform ghastly ritual, invoke the dead, perform ceremony, sense spiritual volatility, summon Bone Hilda, and commune with the departed. So we're going to start with a ghastly ritual, I think, and see what happens.
Wisu Buxi now Jifa. Boora.
Okay, so we've performed the ghastly ritual, and my sim is currently a ghost. And this is, of course, a temporary effect. But it has given my sim the focused moodlet, which is really good. And I think after I've taken care of his needs real quick, I'm going to have him invoke the dead, now that he's no longer a ghost. All of this just to get his medium skill up, and to see what happens, of course. Oh dear. Okay, so now we have some red unhappy ghosts, unhappy specters. So I'm going to go ahead and watch one. Oh, they're very, very angry. Oh, they're so angry they're breathing fire. You can see the fury in its eyes. It is probably best to stay far away from this one. It seems to be planning something diabolical. So my sim has autonomously decided to try to attempt communication with this specter because, I mean, why not? What's the worst that can happen, right? I mean, we got plus to ghosts, so I mean that couldn't have been too bad, right? Let's try to present it in our confident painting and see what happens. Oh, it didn't like it. Oh dear. See, yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. Okay, and I think the red specters have left the building, which is good. They're pretty bad news. We really don't want them around too much. All right, we've reached level 5 of our medium skill. Muir is now a top-notch medium. Muir will be able to perform powerful seances with less energy decay and gain an increased chance of successfully interacting with specters. Sims can also create a seance circle anywhere in the world now. And now I can receive a Paranormal Investigator license. All I have to do is ask Gaidri for more details. That's assuming I can get Gaidri to show up. Here we are. Here's Gaidri. Hello there, the name's Gaidri. It looks like you could use some help with this whole haunted house predicament. Thankfully, I happen to be an expert on the matter. Also, don't worry, I'm a good spirit. So? All right, now here is Guidry. Now that we've maxed out on our medium skill, we can give him a friendly introduction, introduce ourselves to him. By the way, Guidry is almost always flirty, so seriously, he's right there, dude. He is literally right there. Okay, fine. He'll probably move in a bit. Okay, so now that we've introduced ourselves to Guidry, we can now tell Guidry that we want to be a paranormal investigator. Here we go. I want to be a paranormal investigator. There's also a load of other things that you can ask him, but just to make this video short as possible, I'm just going to go right to it. So, congratulations. Look at you. You're practically brimming with spiritual energy. I knew there was something special about you. That's why I've got this paranormal investigator's license with your name on it. So what do you say? Are you ready to take the next step? Let's click I'm ready. So now that we've got the paranormal investigator license, we can go ahead and ask Guidry about loads of different things. Who are you? Any advice living here? Can I make this place less spooky? How do I become less scared? What's the deal with specters? What's up with these creepy objects and why are you here? And everything that you ask him, he will explain it. It'll pop up in the notifications. And yeah, he'll explain everything that you need to know about the paranormal stuff. So if you have any questions, definitely ask Guidry. He is your guide, after all. So once you've got the license, then you can use the phone or computer to join the Federal Bureau of Paranormal Investigation under the freelancer career. So simply click on your phone, find a career, and then go down to freelancer, and then select the agency. So you want the Federal Bureau of Spooky Investigation. Do you have spirits in your house? Do you keep finding creepy dolls in your attic? Do you ever hear creepy voices outside your head? Know this, specters are out there and they're kind of jerks. In order to be part of the freelancer career of Federal Bureau of Spooky Investigation, you have to have the Paranormal Investigator license. You can't start this career without it. So click Federal Bureau of Spooky Investigation, and once you've started, you can, here we are, select a gig. Click the icon there, check for gigs, and here we are. You've got beginner, adept, and expert. Now, I recommend that you start with beginner before you move up to expert. So start off with the beginner, you get the ropes and, and understand what needs to be done, and then move on up the difficulty train. So we start at 9:30 p.m. Monday, which is tomorrow. So while we're waiting for tomorrow night, I'm just going to go ahead and continue upping his skills, having him make things, practice with the seance table, and yeah, I'll be back when we start our first gig. Okay, real quick, still haven't gone to the gig yet, but I've just managed to summon Bonehilda. And if you've never come across Bonehilda before, she is a skeleton maid. She's just like the maid that you can hire, except instead of hiring for simoleons, you just summon her. She shows up, she cleans your house. She is also romanceable, but if you move her into your household, then she will lose her skeleton aspect. She is just a sim in a skeleton suit. Just be very careful. Don't try to change her cast or anything, or change her in cast. If you want her to stay as a skeleton, once the gig starts, you're going to have a time limit from 9:30 to 6:30 a.m. to exercise the lot. That's 9:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So that's almost 9 hours. A pop-up will appear saying it's time for your Sims investigation. Would you like to follow them? You can either send them alone, or you can click OK to go with them. The Paranormal Investigator gig is an interactive job, so I highly recommend that you go with. Otherwise, it's a 50-50 chance whether they're going to do a good job or not. So I suggest to go with them, at least until you've pretty much done everything. Hey, we've traveled to the lot. Now you'll have, over on the left side, workday ends at 6:30 a.m. You've got a bar here that says appease specters, remove accursed objects, perform ceremonies on the seance table to finish the investigation. We basically have to go around the lot, look for spooky things. We've got specters over here that we have to take care of. So yeah, let's go around the lot and take care of anything that we see. So we've got remove twisted tendrils, so we'll do that. We've got eerie hands, we'll remove that. Some more eerie hands over here. We've got a couple of specters. I would suggest that you grab a sacred candle. They cost 500 satisfaction points, but if you grab some of them, they will help with your gig quite a bit. I'm just going to ask the specter to leave. You can see that our bar is already over halfway full, just by cleaning up the eerie hands and tendrils. Okay, so we managed to talk that specter in leaving. He just literally popped out of existence there. So now we can go over here and watch this specter. We have plenty of time left. We've got well over half. So she wants to know what's happening. Now we can introduce ourselves to her because she is the one who lives on this lot. So we'll introduce ourselves to her when she stops freaking out. Okay, she's not gonna stop freaking out. It's fine. I'm gonna ask this ghost to leave then. So again, I recommend that you max out your medium skills so that you can create and use a seance circle wherever you are. You don't need the table, basically. So he wouldn't leave, so I'm gonna give him my flirty painting and see if that helps. You are not snorkeling. Stop it. Fantastic. All right, so we've actually finished. Gig complete. Nice work, investigator. Peace has been restored for now. So we earned simoleons, and we earned a reward object. Let's go home, and we'll take a look and see what we got. We got 750 simoleons from that. Depending on gig level, you can earn up to 3,000 simoleons. That one was really easy because we're at a high medium skill. If you've maxed out your medium skill, which is super easy to do, then you might want to try a higher one, unless it's like your first go. I always recommend starting a beginner and working your way up. So let's take a look at what we got. We got Hello Dahlia. So Dahlia is a doll that looks like the creepy doll, but talking to her soothes and decreases fear. So she is a pretty useful thing to have around. You can get loads of different things from your Paranormal Investigator gigs. You can get soul pieces, the doll, spirit buddy jars, and display-only clay hands. Now, these are all replicas, basically, of the spooky things that will show up on a haunted lot. So it's pretty cool. And some of these items have positive effects on your sim, such as the doll helping to get rid of fears. So they're definitely worth collecting. Of course, if you decide you don't want a reward, or if you already have one and you don't want a second one, you can sell it. And if you have Get Famous, selling these items gives your sim fame, so you can become a famous ghost hunter, just like that guy from TV. So my friends, that is all there is to know about the paranormal career in The Sims 4. If you're looking for a fun and challenging career, I highly recommend giving it a try. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel for more Sims 4 content. And if you have any questions about the Paranormal Investigator gig or anything about the pack, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.